Hear more about the markets. The market, of course, were down the first 2 days of this week after gaining 5% last week. Joining me for a discussion around the NSE's performance is Abdul Garba. He's with investment research at Dunn Loren Merrifield. Abdul, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, I think the big news from this morning are those results that I just highlighted. Maybe we can start with Ashaka Cement. Your thoughts on the numbers and how the share price is likely to react to that?
Well, so far we haven't seen much on the trading side of it. There's not much volume build up on the back of the announced results, and the same also goes for Julius Berger. Although it traded quite a large volume compared to his regular trading volume toward the end of close yesterday when the results were released.
Right.
On the other side, for the market, what you have today is it has hit about 35,000, which is a new high. We have the lead stock being Dangote Cement, contributing to about half of that performance. Then you have the banking sector essentially offering a lot more stocks than any other sector.
All right, so we're seeing quite a few of the construction cement companies report now. I think the only one we haven't seen is Cement Company of Northern Nigeria, and we'll be expecting that maybe in the next few trading sessions. So your thoughts about the cement sector as an investment opportunity? It seems that if we're looking at going by these numbers, the outlook for that sector seems quite positive in 2013.
Yes. Well, it's important to note that the cement sector, or largely the building material sector in Nigeria, has contributed a lot to the capitalization we've seen, the growth in capitalization for year to date and over the last year. A lot of the NSE's performance comes from that. Almost half of it, actually, and then we have the banking sector accounting for much of the better half.
Right. In the case of Ashaka Cement, they declared a dividend of 49 kobo, so that's a pretty low yield given where the share price is right now. Do you think this is something that will be a negative for the share price going forward, or do you think
we haven't seen any profound impact on that?
But going forward, do you anticipate that this could be something that could drag the share price lower?
Well, it's not easy. The cement industry is actually poised for growth, and I think it's pretty easy to identify that. It's not a likely outcome.
If we shift our focus to the banking sector, your thoughts about I think the best way to put it is that there is more stability in that sector after the volatility we've seen recently. Over the last few sessions, we've seen quite a few stocks tick up ever so slightly, some maybe a little more significantly. Your thoughts about where the banking sector is right now, because that's clearly the big focus of many investors looking at this market.
Yeah, okay, what we would say on this premises, a lot was expected on the earnings announcement, and that has, to a large extent, been factored into the prices already. We feel that has been factored. For the rest of the sectors, we don't see much of the growth being driven by banks so far, and we see the index hovering around where it is.
For the most part of this year, you think, going forward?
It will be pretty hard to tell, but hello? I have no audio.
All right, Abdul, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so your thoughts about where the index is likely to end the year? Like you just mentioned, around 35,000 now. Do you think we're likely to stay at these levels for the most part of the rest of this year?
Yeah, we've seen a strong, let's say, we've seen a very more likely stable level around 33,000, the 33,000 level for the index.
All right.
We might dance around that a bit, but slightly above is where the expectation is, except if something else, something external, in terms of any policies, relating to the MPC, as it will affect banks or influences on other markets or any other economic events.
All right. So for the stocks you cover, which ones look interesting right now?
Well, on the banking side, we see a lot of, to some extent, some discount on, regular and consistent performances in terms of banks here, and the top pick here will be Sterling. for
All right.
that.